Hey guys, Shawn here. So I just talked to you about Superman and how he was a guardian of the good life because he facilitated safety for both Lois Lane and a crowd of people that were onlookers, right? So let's keep going with that idea. So how about autonomy or free will? In this case, you can think of Luke Skywalker in the movie Star Wars and a couple other ones that came after that, right? So especially I think it's Return of the Jedi. Uh, in one of the grand climactic scenes, Luke is fighting his father, Darth Vader, and the Emperor is in the background, right? And the Emperor says to kill his father and to take the place of his father as the number one minion and work for the Emperor to do evil acts and to dominate the galaxy, right? And another time earlier in the film, Darth Vader says to Luke, "Join me, and together we'll rule the galaxy," right? But Luke doesn't because he knows what that leads to. It took his father's good side and destroyed it, right? Except for that little piece that ends up coming out at the end. And so, what is Luke protecting when he refuses to submit to the Emperor and to Darth Vader? If you guessed autonomy or free will, that's the right answer, or free agency. So I'm sure he felt like he was maintaining his self-directedness, and the people who were watching, if there was anyone there watching, would have seen that he was making free choices. He was not enslaved to the wishes of the Emperor in the way that his father, Darth Vader, was. Darth Vader, believe it or not, was playing the minion role. And that's because Darth Vader was unable to set limits with the Emperor. He wasn't able to um, tolerate the discomfort of the punishment that the Emperor was threatening to use against him, right? If he maintained his free will. Just in the same way that the Emperor tried to punish Luke for maintaining his free will, right? He's like, die! That scene right there, that's crazy. But for all you nerds or geeks like me out there that watched Star Wars and loved it. But if you didn't see it, you still get the point. I mentioned respect and support. Famous guardian of the good life that facilitated that experience of respect is Jackie Robinson, the first African American baseball player in America. He changed the culture of baseball for the future, and especially for future minority or non-white baseball players, because he endured the racism of thousands of fans. And even though they were mistreating him, he was respectful back to them nonetheless. And that wasn't easy to do, right? It's never easy to refrain from buying into acting out when someone's provoking you. So that's clearly the act of a hero, and especially because it's a guardian of the good life situation. He's maintaining that quality of respectfulness in the social environment, even when everyone else is trying to destroy it by being racist against him. And as a matter of fact, he ended up receiving, I think, the Rookie of the Year award for because a lot of people noticed that he stayed heroic despite that hardship. So that's really great. Another really awesome example of trust or vulnerability in social relating, that's what it looks like, is in the movie Last of the Mohicans. In the scene where, if you've ever seen that, I think it's Colonel Webb is at this fort, and the French army is just pummeling the English. And so the French Colonel Le Marquis, I think his name was, says, you know, Colonel Monroe, I beg you not to sign the death warrant of so many men. If you'll just surrender, I'll freely escort you off the continent, and I promise no harm will come to your men. Colonel Monroe thinks about it and says, on the English side, he says, will you let us carry our weapons back? and the French general says, yes, you can carry your weapons back. This was an act of vulnerability, of risking rejection or threat on both parties, and they showed that they trusted one another when they did that.